Hello everyone, welcome back for another edition of Virtual Yin Yoga. I'm your instructor Mike, and I'm happy to have you with me this evening. I wanted to take you through another special sequence, what I call a bedtime ritual. This particular sequence that I'm going to teach you is the sequence that I do every single night before I go to bed. And the reason why I do this, it helps condition my body to get back into a relaxed state. You know, if you've ever had trouble sleeping, a lot of times it's because you're anxious, right? Your mind is racing. And most likely your nervous system is just moving too fast, that sympathetic nervous system. So what we do in this practice, what I personally do, is I find ways to trigger what's called your parasympathetic nervous system. And this is the part of the nervous system that is responsible for cooling you down, for calming you down, coincidentally making you a little bit sleepy. So I wanted to take you through, again, a special sequence. So what we'll do, before we get started, you want to grab your yoga mat, go ahead and grab that. Yoga blocks, if you got them, you might need it for a handful of things. We'll see how it goes as we go along. There's going to be a couple of stretches, but a lot of this is going to be more along the lines of blurring into meditation. I'm going to take you through a short, guided meditation at the end of the practice. And then hopefully after that, you'll be ready to fall asleep. And this is something that I would encourage you to do every single night before you go to bed, just to help get you into that rhythm of being relaxed once you hit that bed. So we'll start it off just laying on our backs. I want you to take yourself into corpse pose, shavasana. So when you're laying down, could be on your back, could be on your side, could be on your stomach, just wherever you're comfortable, go there. And then close your eyes. I want you to pay attention to your breath. Breathe low in your belly, low in your diaphragm. This is going to be integral to our practice. Belly breathing, low in your diaphragm. And if you're not sure what this is, if this is the first time you've ever done my practice, I want you to put a hand on your stomach. And even if you've done this before, put a hand on your stomach below your belly button. You should feel your stomach expand when you take an inhale, and it should contract when you take an exhale. So let's just go ahead and do this for the next minute or so. Just getting that nervous system into the calm state. Go ahead and take a few deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And we'll start this off, some gentle movement for the hips and spine. Laying on your back, cradling the legs. I want you to rock up and down, make circles, go side to side, just using your intuition here to help wake up the hips and spine. Although we are practicing the fall asleep, but if we're going to do any stretching, we need to warm up, right? It's really, really important to warm up before you get into any kind of practice, even something as gentle as what we're about to do here tonight. We're going to start off with a forward bend. For those who have done this practice with me before, you're familiar with what I call everyday yoga. There's 3 poses I would have you do every single day. This is actually going to be kind of tied in with that. So we're going to do a forward bend, we'll do a back bend, and then we'll twist to each side. And then I'm going to take you through a short guided meditation. Again, this is a bedtime ritual. That's something I do every single night. So the forward bend that I'm going to suggest, let's maybe start off with a butterfly pose. And this is where you have the soles of the feet brought together in front of you. You've fallen round in the pose as best as you can. Don't worry about getting the head to the feet because it's not the point of this. The point is to feel your inner thighs and back stretch. And be very gentle with this, and that goes with every pose we do. If this bothers your knees or hips, I would recommend doing dragonfly pose, where you spread out your legs, you lean forward, you get the inner thighs, you get your back, you also get a little bit of a bonus hamstring stretch, so it's kind of going to be up to you, whatever one of these forward bends you want to do. Now, if you would rather skip doing a forward bend and you want to just keep laying down, you could actually probably do most of this, if not all of this, laying on your back. You could do a reclining butterfly pose. Got the soles of the feet together like we did before, but you just lay on your back. Let gravity do the work. And what I would recommend, if you're going to do this pose, find a way to prevent your feet from sliding out. I'm actually making an effort here. I'm flexing my quads to stop my feet from sliding out. See how I relax and how they just kind of go away here? And because of this, I'm losing the intensity of the stretch. So what I will do, and what I would recommend for you, get close to a wall, have your toes next to that wall so that they can't slide out, and you can let those muscles relax. You know, if your muscles are constantly engaging and they're flexing, this means you're in an active state, right? And this is the exact opposite of what you want if you're doing this practice to help you fall asleep, right? You're trying to put yourself in a passive state so that you can relax, right? You can make this a little bit easier for you. Whatever it takes. Just breathe into it. And again, if you've done this before, I've shouted out what I call the scale of stretching. If you're new to this, the scale that I've come up with between 1 and 10. If 10 is your deepest stretch, normally I say go for around 6 and 7. With this, I'm actually going to say less. I would actually recommend probably around 3 to 4, maybe 4 to 5. Because I don't want you to do too much here. We're not trying to make a lot of effort. This is, again, probably more along the lines of the most passive practice, that I've ever taught. Just really, really giving into the posture itself. So, if I had to judge myself off of this scale, if I was going 6 and 7 in this pose, I would probably have my elbows down on the ground. But with this one, again, with that 4, 5 mark, I'm just going to keep my hands on my shins here to prevent me from going too far into it. But again, anything that you can do to let your muscles soften, do that. It's going to definitely require you to dial back the intensity. If we're being too intense, we're not relaxing. If you're ready, it's time. Just using the hands real slow, push yourself out, lean back, lay down, take your time. If you're already laying down, you're already where I want you. But take a moment here, at least a minute, and again, just easing into it, giving into your Shavasana. We're going to do a back bend next. If you have a block, I have an alternative option for you if you want to keep just laying on your back. If you don't have a block, you're going to want to do the Sphinx pose. I'll start with this one first. Sphinx, you lay on your stomach. You prop up on your forearms and your elbows pose. Again, it's one of the most common poses I teach, if not the most common pose. And you should just feel this dull pressure right here in your lower back. This is actually a wonderful pose to help prepare your spine, not just for sitting down, but for laying down. If you're not aware of this, when you lay down, you're actually doing a back bend. It's obviously not as intense as this, but that is what you are essentially doing. And that's actually where I'm heading with this other option that I'm going to give you. Now, I don't have a block, so you're just going to have to bear with me and imagine here. It's called supported bridge. You have a block, right? And you actually put the block under your back, and you lay on the block. So when you're doing this, make sure that it's positioned so that you can relax. See how I'm up here without the block? I'm actually making a lot of muscular effort. So this is the exact opposite of what I would want you to do. Put a block here and ease into it. Just really try to sink into it. And if you wanted to increase that particular pose, you just slide your feet out. I don't know if you notice how I have my my feet out here, but obviously I can't do this right now. But if you walk your feet out further away, maybe even almost straighten them, it's going to increase the bend for you. And one of the reasons why I might suggest doing that, if you don't have a block, if you have some pillows, you can do that, but it takes away from the upper body effort, which could make it more relaxing for you. This entire practice you could theoretically do laying on your back if you really wanted to approach it that way. Just breathe. Really let your stomach muscles relax here as best as you can. And take a few deep breaths. When you're ready, there's time. Lay your stomach and take time. It does feel nice to do a gentle forward bend after a back bend, so a lot of times you're going to want to head for like a child's pose or lay on your back and cradle the legs. Maybe a squat pose in case you're curious to see what it is, but this is it. I'll show you from the side here. Knees obviously have to be comfortable with this, ankles as well. It's just a really nice gentle forward bend for your sacrum. Another thing that you can always do before you go to bed is try to like crack your joints a little bit. A lot of times I'll habitually do it, but I also do it before I fall asleep. So we got one more pose left. We have to do a twist. We'll do it to each side, probably for about a minute or two. Nothing, again, too much. This isn't really a practice for increasing flexibility. I've gone over this a few times, said it a few times. This is, again, more for just general relaxation. So you lay on your back with a twist. Take your legs over to a side, doesn't matter which one. And this is the pose. Relaxation right here. Could use a block, though. You might want to, or a pillow. Put it in between your knees or put it under your bottom leg. If you feel like you really need to decrease the intensity, right? Going back to that, let's just say like 3 to 5 mark on the scale. Might help with that. Really just focus on your breath here. When you're ready, there's time for the sides for a slow unwinding. There's about 2 minutes there for you. Lay down, keep the knees bent, feel on the floor, just wherever you're comfortable. Just stay there for a moment. Other side when you're ready, whatever side you're on for the twist. But you lay on your back, knees up to the chest, take the legs over to the side, lay them on the floor. This is our pose. We're not concerned with depth, we're not concerned with modifications. Just a gentle twist here. Maybe you put a block or a pillow in between your knees or put it under your bottom leg to decrease the intensity of it, right? Don't worry about going so far.
want you to feel like when you're in this, you might be able to fall asleep. And a lot of people actually do. I would say when I was teaching this professionally, 12 to 15 classes a week, I would say at least once a week I would have somebody fall asleep in this pose, in the reclining twist. Which is, again, one of the reasons why I'm showing it to you for our practice tonight. When you're ready, this time, slowly unwinding. Again, about 2 minutes there. Take a short breather, but at some point, you're going to make your way into Shavasana, your corpse pose. And this is where I want you to lay down. There is another place that you could potentially go to. If you're close to a wall, I'd actually recommend you do that. You get close to a wall and rest your feet up against it. And one of the reasons why I would advise you to do this is because when your legs are elevated, you're inverted, that blood that normally collects in your legs will kind of run down into your torso. So it's kind of like new blood recycling through you. But the reason why it's great for relaxation is because your heart and your brain are on a flat plane with each other. So it's easier for your heart to pump blood up to the brain, and that makes the heart relax a little bit. So it helps really slow things down. So either rest your feet up the wall or just lay on your back. Wherever you are, close your eyes. Start paying attention to your breath again. Breathing low in your belly, low in your diaphragm. Do this for about a minute, just to get into that rhythm again. And then I'll take you through the guided meditation. Ready to enter into our guided meditation. This particular part of the practice, I don't want you to make really any effort. What I want you to do is move your awareness to the locations of the body that I call out. Often your eyes will tend to move with it, and it's fine if it happens, but if you want to keep your gaze, your eyes focused, there's two places you can keep it closed and focused. One of them is just bringing your awareness and your eyes right here in between the center of your eyes, or at the bridge of the nose, or the other one is at the tip of the nose. But wherever you want to keep your eyes focused at, it's fine. It's either up or it's down here, bridge of the nose or the tip of the nose. Try to keep them steady. And another bit of this, if you have a thought come to mind, let it go. The moment you catch yourself thinking, let the thought go and come right back to the breath and to the meditation. I promise you it's going to happen. It's all a part of it. And especially if you have a racing mind before bed. This can be difficult, but this is a way to help prevent that, and it's a way to help treat it if it is currently happening. Bring your awareness to your toes.
Move your awareness to the soles of your feet. Move it to the tops of your feet. Move your awareness to your heels. Move your awareness to your Achilles tendon. Move your awareness to your calves and to the shins. Move your awareness to your knees. Move your awareness to your upper thighs, the back of your legs, the inside and the outside of your legs. Move your awareness to your hips and into your pelvis. Move your awareness up to your stomach and to your lower back, the lower sides of your back, left and right. Move your awareness up to your rib cage, to the middle of your chest. Move your awareness to the back middle of your chest. Move your awareness up to your upper chest and your upper back. Move your awareness into your shoulders. Move your awareness into your upper arms, your biceps, your triceps. Move your awareness to your elbows. Move your awareness to the back of your wrists, into the insides of your forearms. Move your awareness to your hands, your palms, the back of the hands. Move your awareness to your fingers. Bring that energy back up by moving the awareness to your neck, the front and the back and the sides. Move your awareness up into your jaw. Move your awareness to your cheeks. Move your awareness to your nose. Move your awareness to your eyes, feeling them soften. Move your awareness to your forehead. Move your awareness to your ears. Move your awareness to the back of your head, to the top of your head, and to the sides of your head. And all at once, become aware of your entire body and your entire being. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, release the awareness of your body. And just lay here and relax. No formal ending to our practice. Stay in your Shavasana, in your meditation, as long as you'd like. But that is officially all that I have for you. I want to thank you for watching. and sharing your practice with me. It's been my pleasure. Namaste.